party people and the place to be. Live from 58 Dream Street, we're James of the Games. Back, yes, Waffle Syrup, you are correct. After a full week where nothing was active here at 58 Dream Street, and that was a shame. It was not a good week. This was a bad week indeed. But I suspect, perhaps, very hard to hear me. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Still hard to hear me? Let me know. Yeah, the microphone is picking up less than it normally does for reasons that I'm not at all clear on. What about... No? The old unplug it and plug it back in trick does not seem to have done anything to the microphone level. That's strange because I'm speaking directly into the microphone. Troubleshooting. Well, that's unfortunate. Keep working on this. One sec. If I turn up the master volume, no, that doesn't affect the microphone volume at all. Advanced audio properties. Microphone is active. Standard volume. It's not good. Even if I'm speaking, when I speak directly into the microphone, is it any better, Waffle Syrup? Not that this is a tenable solution. This sounds normal. And then this, like I'm from in another room. Well, hold on. Okay, see if I can impromptu build. Well, no, this isn't going to do it because apparently I need to be speaking directly into this thing now to satisfy it. This is so frustrating. Now that's even worse. Okay, wait. Now there's sound, but hasn't fixed the problem, has it? I haven't done anything to this microphone that should cause it to suddenly become extremely sensitive. Check. So, yeah. So I sound far away now at this level. Hello, British. We're having some audio issues that I cannot identify the provenance of. Okay. I'm going to try deleting the source and re-adding it. See if that does anything. I do not think that is going to have done anything. Why? Why is the mic... Okay. Yeah. No, took a week off. Was very stressed. Finally cleared the time to get back to the streaming that I love to do. So, of course, it can't just work. Oh, my goodness. There it is. There's a secret buried in multiple menus of the sound settings. Master volume for the microphone that doesn't appear even in the volume mixer. And I think that we fixed it. Am I correct? In fact, if anything, I'm too loud now. How's this? All right. Okay. I'm going to put the impromptu microphone stand books back on the shelf. All right. Well, that was a pain in the ass. Still too loud? Still too loud? Right now, at least on my mixer, it's all green bar. But let me know. Let me know if I'm still coming through too loud. Okay. There. Stressful week behind me. Stressful launch of the show behind me. It can only be fun. It can only get more fun from here, folks. So let's go. Without any further ado, I'm going to fire up the old GOG Galaxy app and launch Ultima 6, The False Prophet. Let's play the game instead of looking at the DOS settings. Oh my goodness. Too loud for me. Turn it down quite a bit for me. Wolf Syrup says the mic sounds good. How are the... Let me know if the game volume levels aren't working for you. I can mess around with those. I've got them at a pretty good level for myself. And don't need to watch this intro again. So here we go. All right. As I recall, I certainly hope we were in New Magincia. Maybe a bit louder. Okay, hold on. We can make that happen. Okay. It claims to me now that you're hearing the Ultima music at a decent level. If that's not true, excellent. Okay, here we go. We are good to go. You know, it's ridiculous that we had to open the show with several minutes of tech support because in the process of putting this office more together, got books on the shelf now. I also, and you can't see this because the camera doesn't show the desk, but there is nothing on this desk that is not directly applicable to this stream. The numpad is already acquired. I was so set. The downtime from missing those two shows, and not to do anything else, just to lay on the ground and be like, oh God, when does this semester end? Paid off, but they should have paid off in me being, plug and play ready. But here we are. Okay. We are in New Magincia. The sun is setting. So we need to find somewhere to sleep. And of course, we can't actually sleep within the city limits. Does this count as outside the city limits? Sure does. Great. Let's not overdo it. Let's try 8 hours. The Avatar himself will stand guard, heroically. Food for everyone. Boom. Everyone's up. Everybody's healed. It's the middle of the night. Long nights in Britannia. for whatever reason. Okay, well, what are you going to do? We're going to walk around the island. Look at things. In the dark. Nice humble little home there. I don't want to waste more food or else I'd rest again. Okay. These cycles. With the sun and the moon. It looked to me like middle of the night, but I guess the moons are still up when the sun starts rising. It's daytime. If there's any city in this entire game where at least some of the folks are going to get out of bed before like 10:30 a.m., it's got to be New Magincia, right? We shall see. But okay, so our rune quest here in New Magincia is to locate the humblest person in New Magincia. And the one big clue we have is that the humblest man or woman in New Magincia is aware of the mantra of humility. Now here's the gimmick. No, this is true. It's a very rational reason if, oh, we got at least one farmer. He's working the grain. The sleep cycles of sheep don't matter to this dude. William. Oh, we've talked to William. I know that William doesn't like Mortimer, I think. Let me check the... Yeah, William says Mortimer's a foolish fella. Howdy, stranger. We're not strangers now, William. We've talked before. I guess you never asked me my name. So to you, I'm still a stranger, but there's nothing stopping you from just learning the names of the people who you talk with. Okay. Let's just... You know the mantra, buddy? Yeah, I didn't think you did. I don't think anybody looking down on Mortimer is going to turn out to be the humblest man in all of New Magincia. So we're walking through the fields here. Might as well trace the island, see if anybody's living slightly apart from their neighbors. And we're going to talk to folks. And yeah, we're going to find someone who's hopefully very humble and knows the rune, the mantra. The thing is, I met a guy who was in some ways fairly humble. Like he had really given up a life of luxury to become humble. Although I guess he was boastful about that move, which is what disqualified him from counting. But he knew the mantra. So I suggested his name as the humblest person, and the mayor accused me of guessing. Which I felt was a little unfair. I wasn't guessing. I thought I knew the answer, sir. Yeah, this person's not up. How humble is it to live in a one-room house but need two exterior doors? Who's this down by the docks? Did I talk to this person on the way in? Probably. No! Stalwart fellow with a look of placid concentration. Is he thinking about how he's just okay and also how he knows the mantra? That would help. That would help the cause. A brief flicker of recognition just passed between Elo and the fisherman. But he wants to talk to me. Good morning. Is there anything I can do for you? Well, we should get to know each other before I start, trying to get to the mystery of how you know my buddy here. Connor Starfalcon. I don't think you can be the humblest guy in town when your name is that cool. Because he must know. He's got a really cool name. Okay. Connor Starfalcon. What's my name? Jeez. It's just James. Although some have called me the avatar of all virtues, the most enlightened man of all. Well met indeed, Connor. What do you do here in New Magincia? He's a fisherman. You know what? I should start his entry in my spreadsheet here. Connor Starfalcon, the fisherman. In catching fish, as in all of life, there is something to be learned. Sure. Yeah, tell me more about fish. You still have not mastered the way of the fisherman. How long have you been doing this? but I think perhaps the key to enlightenment. It's a fairly simple mantra. It just seems like everyone in town should know it. Does it still need to be a big secret? And oh my goodness, good eye, British. That's a very suspicious plant. We are going to investigate that plant once we're done talking to Mr. Starfalcon here. Okay, key to enlightenment lies not so much in the destination as in the road one travels. Where I come from, that's considered a cliche, sir. But maybe here it's great wisdom. Tell me more of the way of the fisherman. So yeah, we go and we push the plant aside and bah, there's just a reaper there. The plant itself just starts smacking me. It's a reaper in camouflage. Cool. Well, I'm glad you're getting something out of your job. You know, on my good days, I also learn a lot from my job. Both as the avatar here and as a technical writing teacher. I'm back home. So you kind of seem like you know my buddy, but how? Oh, it was years ago. Under what circumstances, sir? Okay. Maybe I'll ask Yilo if he wants to fill things in here. Okay. It was years. All right. You know the mantra? The mantra of humility is Lum. If you seek the shrine, I hope you find it. Well, where's the shrine? Is it on the Isle of the Avatar? Shrine of Humility is far to the southeast. I'd be glad to take you there in my boat, but I'm afraid it's too small to weather the high seas. You've got a boat? It's down at the beach. Feel free to borrow it if you have need. Okay, so this guy, in addition to knowing the mantra, is a lifelong fisherman who does not believe that he has mastered the way of the fish, but is content only to learn things from the fish that he catches. And he he would happily take the day off from work to give us a ride to the Isle of the Avatar, even though he can see our frigate docked right there. But then he deprecates his own boat to say, well, my boat sucks. I couldn't get you there. I'm nothing, man. So perhaps, despite his anime hero name, perhaps this Starfalcon is the humblest man in Magincia. It's been a real pleasure talking to you, Connor. Oh, we have two things to do here, don't we? Before we go find out the truth. I think this one is Yellow. Who knows? Yellow and his wife like to dress exactly the same, including both wearing long blonde wigs, even though Gweno's hair is brown and Elo's hair has gone gray. We found him. It's my old buddy Elo. Yet again, I'm going to say that if I remember at the end of this episode, we'll kick Dupre out, not save it because we like Dupre, but find out this story. I don't know. Maybe someone can remind me of that near the end of the stream. I suppose I could set my own reminder on my own phone. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Elo, do you know Connor Starfalcon? Okay. Yeah, I'm looking forward to your story about Dupre, Elo. I'd also love to hear your story about Connor. But alright. Shimino. He almost seems to be a creature of the forest. Creatures of the forest famous for their dorky little mustaches. Okay. Yeah, if you tell me to ask Dupre or something, I'm not gonna. Fine. All right. This is a whole thing. Or alternately, I don't have any dialogue about this. Prompt is just to randomly select another person. They ask them, which really seems like quite a needlessly complex way to go about that. But let's find out. Ruggedly handsome. Nothing about Dupre's portrait. I guess like One side of his face does look kind of smashed. The left side of his face might be a little bit, broke his cheekbone, healed badly. But otherwise, he doesn't really look ruggedly handsome to me. Do you know anything about Connor? Alright, there we go. We learned something. They have a really, really frustrating I don't have any dialogue for this prompt, which is to mislead you into thinking that one of the others will have dialogue. We see a plant. Searching there, we find nothing. But do we really push the fronds aside carefully? Move the plant to the right. Well, holy smokes. Another magic shield. Okay, gotta remind myself who's even wielding shields these days. Shimino could. And ergo, let's give it to him. That was easy. Alright. Shimino, you're in the... Oh, whoops. Shimino's in the hot seat. Push the avatar out of the way. Oops. Alright. That's somebody's shield. I don't know why they stored it that way. Let's go back to a world where we weren't thieves. Oh well. Okay. Fortunately, we can repeat all this fairly quickly. Go down to the spot where we know we can sleep. Oh, jeez. Hold on. Ah, we could have possibly got the conversation with Connor out of the way. Without even waiting for daylight. Okay, can we rest here? Yes, we can. Let's go for not 1 hour. No, no. Cancel. Cancel. Alright. Let's go back to a time when we hadn't wasted food for a 1 hour sleep. You cannot type the number 10. 9 is the most hours that the Avatar and his companions will sleep for. But this time... Hey, it's Connor. Looking real stalwart. Is there anything I can do for you? Yeah. Tell me your name, sir. Connor Star Falcon. What's my name? Just James. Just a regular name. Not nearly as exciting or cool as yours. Yeah, it is well met. And what do you do? You're a fisherman. Yeah, what do you think of fish? Still haven't mastered the way of the fisherman. But it's the destination, not the journey. You're satisfied to live here, learn what you can from the fish. You knew Elo years ago. Yes, long ago. Pleasure talking to you. Well, hold on. Let's see. Nope. There's something here, and neither of them want to share their news. We're not going to steal that magic shield. It's just not how we roll. Ah. Oh, this is not the wilderness, but right here is. Not enough room in those other two spots. Plenty of room over here, though. I will sleep for 9 hours, and I, the Avatar, will stand guard, like I did in that previous timeline just now. Oh! Damn it. What do we hear? Oh, it's there's just a snake. Attacked by snakes in the middle of the night. No. Not taking the bait, snakes. Catching no breaks here. La 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 da da da. Alright, rapidly pressing the pass key and waiting for the sun to rise. There's the moons. Just standing in a field like a bunch of weirdos. We are humbly offering our services as scarecrows to the folks of New Magincia. Pass, 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 pass. I always do, Waffle Syrup. I always do. Enjoy your meeting. Odds are pretty good unless this is a meeting from hell. I'll be here when you get back. Passing, 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 passing. Dun, dun, dun. Accelerating the rate at which I pass. Sun's coming up. It's morning. We've survived the night. Save the game. Alright. When does the mayor show up to work? Because I feel like I got a good feeling that Connor Starfalcon just might be the humblest man in town. Mr. Mayor. Here, Mr. Mayor. Be humble. It's one thing to be humble, but have enough pride to shut your door while you're sleeping so that you don't get all covered in bugs. There's no way the people of New Magincia are using fancy pesticides to protect their crops. Here we go. Okay. Moment of truth. Moment of humility. Just a second here. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Hello, Mr. Mayor, who I forgot to put in my sheet, so I will do so now. Antonio, the Lord Mayor. Find the humblest man in town, and you may have the rune. Alright. Here we are. I am here to talk about the rune. I think I do. Just in case it's case sensitive, it's probably not. Boom! Alright. Great. It helps. There just really don't seem to be that many people living here. Oh, this is Charlotte Weaver, obviously. Weaving away. I want to keep going around, see if I can find any more people to talk to before I go and test my luck. The Isle of the Avatar. Find out how tough that particular band of gargoyles is. If they have one unhittable gargoyle, presumably juiced out of his mind on this mysterious gargoyle elixir. I'm not really looking in the places you'd expect to find a person. Maybe I should correct that. Alright, anybody home here? Nope. Nobody home. There's a chef, though. Have I already spoken to the chef? I think so. Also, he's teleported. No, there he is. Oh yeah, it's Dunbar. Hey, Dunbar! I'm leaving. Well, if you ever get out of my way, I'd like to leave. Dunbar, can you work with me? Thank you. Humbly ask that you just get out of the way here. Oh, shouldn't surprise the mayor from behind. Okay. Let's find out. Let's find out what's going on the Isle of the Avatar. We've checked a lot of what else lies down here. In the southeast of the sea, we went to the island of Blackthorn's Castle. We can't get in there yet. I believe we're going to need some unlocking ability. I think that's what we needed. We'll find it. Just bringing up the map. No, I should I'm going to experiment with that today. Because, I mean, like, I know, use it, put it down, a gate will come from it. I haven't yet figured out how to use the travel there. You know what? Since we're coming back to Magincia, can be a test case. Alright, buried the moonstone. There's a gate there. I'm gonna go see if we can free the Shrine of Humility and see if... Because I've got another moonstone. So, okay. I actually have an intuition this might be fairly intuitive. Perhaps the moonstones create their own network of moongates. We will find out soon. Yes. Yes. We shall see. Okay. Because I do remember those things. To a degree. Alright. Bringing up the map. I do know, of course, that the Isle of the Avatar is roughly to the southeast. Beyond the fact that I was told that. I'm familiar enough. Not that far south, it doesn't look like. So let's test this out. Let's go a wee bit south. Then when we get to here, let's jaunt to the east. There are some sea serpents. They're fighting giant squids somewhere. We do not have, telescopic view here. We cannot send Shimino up into the crow's nest with a looking glass. With a pier glass. Oh my. Ah! We found something. But what have we found? Probably the Isle of the Avatar. Let's do a little circumnavigation. Ooh. Guess there's no ship-based combat anymore. Well, we'll be glad we did this when we make landfall. Kind of seems like it would be hard for giant squid to make a society work. I just assume that giant squid need to eat a lot on account of being giant. So it seems like they'd pretty quickly get into resource competition amongst each other. But these all seem to be chilling. They also look nothing like giant squids. This one's attacking the other one, just like I said. And now it's dead. Okay, this one's attacking the ship, which is problematic. But now it's dead. Okay. Just gonna do a little circumnavigation here, like I was saying. Oh my. Yeah, they're shooting arrows. They look nothing like squids. It's one clear graphical downgrade from Ultima 5 with squids that look like squids and shot like energy or something, but at least, you know, you can always say whatever thing is magical. Okay, I'm satisfied that this is the Isle of the Avatar. I guess I can verify my suspicions further by just tracing this up. If this leads to a narrow peninsula that I can wrap around to the south, then I will feel assured. Yeah. Okay. I believe I am where I wants to be. So now let's go down and let's hit the island and we'll look around because it's tough to say for sure where the hitting fire to fire the ship's cannons. Yeah, exactly. The squid is spitting something at you. And it, like, may not look exactly like poison, but maybe I don't know. I don't even remember. It certainly didn't look like they were firing from a ballista. Okay. So where do I want to get off here? I guess I'll go down. We can just dock here for now. Weigh anchor, so to speak. We'll save just because I haven't fought drakes hand to hand, and if there can be drakes here, we'll want to be prepared for that. And we'll see where we can look. Oh, okay, this is not the place to dock. Shimino hears something to the north. There's probably more foes in the water. Yep, good ears, Shimino. Let's, I suppose the standard ingress to the Isle of the Avatar is on the western side. Site of the very frustrating naval combat gauntlet in Ultima 4. Okay, so can we get in here? We can. Tight spot. Well, let's see. What's up here? Is there a way in? Do we all got our swamp boots on? There's no way in. Oops. A ship bridge. We can head across that little islet if we want. If we just want to hang out on a little strip of grass with no notable terrain features. Okay. Nothing much going on here. The other way up to the other ingress in Ultima 5 was from the south. So we're heading towards that steadily here. It's not where the Shrine of Humility was. Yeah. We'll see. We'll give this island, this isle, a thorough exploration by the end of the day. You hear something southwest? Oh lord! Whatever it is, it sucks. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's fight these awful creatures with our ship cannons. Oh no. This isn't going well. Should be focusing on the ones that can set the ship on fire. And then we'll take the sea serpent, and then we'll find out. Okay, if pressing the rest button at sea... Oh, no, it's not the ship that was on fire, it was just the water. Of course. Should have seen that. Seems obvious now. Eh, just a mountain. I don't know why, I thought it looked like it might be something. Every time we make landfall, we'll go as far as we can go in any direction. See if something turns up. And then we're back on our grind. You hear something to the south? Oh goodness. Is it another? Okay. Let's kill him from here. Does Queno have the boomerang shot? Nope. She can't help but duff it off the hedge. Whoops. Sorry, Shimino. Wasted your turn. As I often do. Okay. Now we're all in it for the fight. Except Queno, who's still not in firing position. Alright, Shimino got poisoned, but we know how to fix that. Which is good. Okay, now everyone is in a firing line. The thing is killed. The battle is over. The Avatar is going to help his old buddy Shimino. So I'll put my magic shield down for a moment. Take up my spell book. And I shall cast Dispel Magic and Jux Ort. But I'm only casting it for the and Noxing effect right here on Shimino. Success. Verify. Shimino's not poisoned. And we rearm the Avatar. Whoop. Handsome guy. Had a head of hair like that once. Probably never again. Because time ravages us all. Oh, come on. Cut me some slack here. He glitched us. Alright. Restore. Let's go down the east side. So it seems like one of the buggier parts of the game is the ship coding. I've got trapped in an unplayable state with getting that message not while on ship. When I was on land, nowhere near a ship. Now I've had it happen while I'm on a ship. But it no longer acknowledges me as on the ship. That ship might have actually been damaged because I did see the raft appeared. But I didn't seem to have any of... I don't know. I don't know. I don't think we're getting anywhere from here. But we should try. Alright, we tried. Good try, team. Let's get out of here. And keep exploring. Another large land mass that I bet goes nowhere. Large portion of the single land mass that I bet goes nowhere. Very good then. And onwards. Gotta do it. Even though this is what I expected to find. But you never solve 100% of the mysteries that you don't fully investigate. So, here we go. Oops, not a good spot to stop the ship if you want to get off. What about here? There we go. Oh, do you hear something in the northwest? Like on the other side of those mountains? Not much we can do with that, buddy. Good ears, though. I guess the sound's carrying through the valley. In non stream gaming news, I did something other than Slay the Spire this week, so that was fun. Because normally, there's always a point in my first year, in my experience of teaching the first year engineering students, where I take a few minutes out of class to make some video game recommendations for educational purposes. Because a lot of them are encountering coding and programming for the first time, and some of them find it overwhelming, some of them really like it. None of them are going to be taught anything more about it for a little while, and that'll give them a lot of time for the skills they learn in first year to decay. So I try to make some suggestions about games that can reinforce, logical reasoning and mathematical reasoning and programming. And the two I normally focus on are two very related games, 7 Billion Humans and its predecessor. I said these in the wrong chronological order. Predecessor, Human Resource Machine, which are both literal programming puzzle games. Like you use a visual language, but it's all ifs and loops and conditional loops and so forth to try to build a program that will make your little guy do whatever task you've been assigned on a given level. And so that's a lot of fun. And normally I make these recommendations to my students by popping up a few YouTube trailers for a couple minutes and just talking about them. But now I live very, very, very close to the auditorium that I currently teach my students in. And I thought, let's see if we can have a little fun with this. I'm gonna bring my Switch in and hook it up to the projector in the room, and we'll see what we can see if we can actually live demo the game, so that instead of just describing how they work and giving a little hey, look at the pictures, move on the screen, I can actually show them, here is how this cool game works and why it challenges you to think like a programmer, and for that matter like an industrial engineer. And so I did that, and while I was doing it, I remembered, it's a game that isn't literal programming, but that does, have puzzles that are based on changing the code of the game in a way, or the program of the game, and that are also logic puzzles, and so fit the theme. Baba Is You, which is an excellent game. If you've never heard of it before, I strongly recommend anybody who heard logic puzzle, mixing logic puzzles and moving block puzzles with programming. If that sounds interesting to you, Baba Is You is not a game that will let you down. I hadn't played Baba Is You in over a year. And then when I went to load it up for the class, I remembered that there was a giant free update that I've never experienced, which was exciting. All right, do we dare camp? Let's do it. Nine hours. What's this game, British? Because it sounds, I'm excited already. Who will guard? It's Dupre's turn. Yeah, so I was reminded of the giant free update, which I think is mostly just a level editor that I actually still haven't even used. But that just put me back in mind of the game, and I've solved the vast majority of puzzles in the game already in the past. And then there were just a bunch I was stymied on. I wonder if you're thinking of Human Resource Machine or 7 Billion Humans, which are games that are literally kind of parodies of corporate dystopia, middle management, and ennui and stuff like that. So you are like a little dude working for a company, being given these completely arbitrary tasks, and then trying to fulfill them with programming. But if not, I'll have to look into it just to see if there is more than one such game, because I'm quite a fan of both of those. Oh, this is something. It's just a volcano. Whoa, and another volcano, and the ground is rumbling, so there's something big somewhere. One begins to suspect, though, that we may not have the capabilities we need yet to get anywhere on this island. But we'll find out. We'll search the whole thing to a degree. We're gonna need to gimmick a gem at some point here. Okay, wait. Here's an area. I'm going to be looking for this game. And if it turns out to be the same game, so be it. But if it turns out to be a different game, I'll be very excited. Okay, there's something big around here. If it's just a Cyclops, I'll be happy. But also, we very clearly found something other than a little go-nowhere place on the Isle of the Avatar. Is it just a big go-nowhere place? Time will tell. Tough to tell if I'm on the west coast because of the tiny view window, which I guess is why I keep saying I should gimmick a gem, and I will. But let's just walk around first. Whatever that big stomping thing was, it is not making its presence known. Okay, okay. We'll look a little more. Could always turn out that either the balloon or the... I don't even know if the climbing equipment exists in this game, but there could be something you need to acquire. Okay, because yeah, it seems now like I'm going up the other coast. The west coast of the island. But what about? Where? What if there's a way in? There should be. It really feels like there ought to be some way in. If I land here. But if there's not, fortunately, we got a lot of Britannia to explore. So it's hardly like we're stuck. And this is where I had managed to get to. So... Okay. Let me just take a closer look here at the map. Well, I can see where the Shrine of Humility is. Okay, gimmicking a gem. At some point I gotta start being kinder to the guild shop owners. Oh no, have I become kinder to them by forgetting to gimmick the gem last time I did this? Yes. Yeah. Oops. Unless Shimino handed it off. He did not. Did he hand it off to the Avatar himself? No. Alright, we gotta hit a guild shop at some point soon. For now, it looks like we're on our own. If we want to figure out what's going on here. Okay. Yeah, it looks like the way to the Shrine of Humility is actually different than the last time and the time before. Are we at the north tip now? Looks like we might be. Okay. Hold on. One thing that I'm not above Googling just to find out. I don't know. I think it actually might be the case that we need a skiff here. You know what? While I'm here, let me test this out. The Moonstone question. See if my assumptions can be verified. And then we'll go somewhere else. Do something. Maybe. We'll at least try to do something. We're gonna save. Take my second Moonstone. Warp through it. And does it link? It certainly does not. We are now somewhere very mysterious. Oh, wait. No, that just warps back to there. We're in like a special extra dimensional place. And there are two gates, but they don't seem to lead anywhere. Let's find it. Does this one at least go back out? No. And this is why we save before we try things. I don't know. In time, I will learn what it all means. Okay, let's see if we can hit it back to New Magincia for the sake of retrieving the all the more difficult without a gem. To cheat with. Have we found it again? Has it worked? Is this our humble, beloved town of New Magincia? If it is, we'll find a dock. We made it! Okay, Connor said we could borrow that skiff. In my experience, skiffs have not been having any difficulty navigating. We'll save just in case we get a stop thief as soon as we hop on. But we don't. Okay. If this skiff can make it back to the Isle of the Avatar, then we will explore the Isle of the Avatar. Of course, we want to be very careful about being murdered by giant sea monsters while we are without cannon. Actually, We don't even want to be murdered by the giant sea monsters when we have a cannon. There's never a time. There's never a time when the moon is right to get murdered by a giant sea monster. Alright, I hope that I've... Yep, I feel like I found the Eye of the Avatar. I have. So, let's test this indented coastline. Look for a point of ingress. Methinks Connor Starfalcon might have been underselling the value of his little ship for this purpose. Not that I believe he would do that for a nefarious purpose. Okay. We're in somewhere. Let's throw down a save. Oh. Paved road. This will either lead to the, to what looks like a newly positioned, temple or whatever of the Codex of Wisdom, or to the Shrine of Humility. Codex of Wisdom. Not upon a sacred quest. Hey, excuse me here. I'm doing very important errands for the mayor of each town so that I can beat up some gargoyles. I guess that's not sacred enough for you. Well, let's keep looking around. See if we can find one of these big things. Hey, Stompy. Ah! Little volcano traps. Oof. Oh my. Oh dear. Poor Dupre getting baked alive in his armor here. Of course, we can gimmick anything with loading saves. Okay. But this is pretty pure confirmation that skiffs are the key to successful exploration of the Isle of the Avatar. Do we want to just look to the south from here? Maybe. Ah. Maybe, maybe not. Turns out it's the maybe not. But this might do the trick. So let's try it. Yeah, you hear something in the south, Shimino? Is it a whole bunch of gargoyles partying at the Shrine of Humility? Ah, away further south. Oh yeah, actually, the map does seem to strongly suggest that I will find an ingress point to where the... Okay, here's a spot we can get off where we're not immediately surrounded by... Ah, go figure. Well, should we try to talk first? Should we see if diplomacy works? No. No, I think it's time to fight. Of course. If it's just yet another gargoyle who can never be harmed. Wait, hold on, what? Whoa. Yeah, thank you. Don't believe their propaganda about how it was Britannian aggression that forced them to invade. Haha. You weren't emphatic enough to please your gargoyle patrons. Well, this seems like an interesting fight. In that we can't hit them at all. Like, not at all. Ah, I was going to say, but they're not even trying to hurt us. And then the guy remembered, oh, right. We do want to hurt them. Except here, can't even hit the little dudes. Dupre took massive hit from a volcano trap. I don't know that he's actually been hit in this battle. But, alright, well. Well, I gotta say, I don't feel like this is going our way at all. It looks like, if anything, we found... No, I did not ask you to pass, Avatar. Oh, I see what I did. Ah. Yeah. Well, we're not going to win this fight. The problem in our tactics is being completely unable to hit the enemy. That will always hold you back. Master of strategy here. Sharing with you. I have read both many times Sun Tzu's The Art of War and Machiavelli's The Prince. So I know all both things like if you literally cannot lay a finger on your enemy because of some either their very high statistics or there's like a cool item that you haven't found yet or there's something to this elixir thing. If for any reason you are completely incapable of harming your enemy, you should disengage immediately. Wise words. Okay. So, it's another one to put a pin in. We have 2 shrines where we've got the rune. We know where the shrine is. We can get there. And we literally cannot land a hit upon our foe when we arrive. So I'm shooting out to the west a little ways. Now I'm going to go north and we're going to just hope for the best that we hit New Magincia on the way up so we can get back on our fancy ship with cannons and, space for everybody. And everyone can stretch their legs out a little. Some kind of alternate ship view that zoomed out. I guess obviously they wanted to maintain a single consistent field of view for the whole game, but this isn't great. Trying to navigate at sea. Do not think I am going to hit New Magincia going north. Try popping west a little more. Probably already overshot it. We might have to go all the way to the east coast. Then head back. But, no matter what, we're going to Dagger Isle next. If ever we find our way back to being able to get on our own ship and do our own thing once again. Not 100. Okay, so here is what is almost certainly the east coast of the main continent, but where exactly on the main continent have we found? Imagine rowing all around the world in a little skiff, looking for your very expensive frigate. What is this place? It's obviously not the... Did I find my way back to the Isle of the Avatar? Yes. Okay. Well, here's a tactic we could try. Shoot to the west here. Hopefully hitting the island of Blackthorn's... Oh, good. The sun's going down. Reducing our visibility. You know what? You know what? How about we just try again from the starting point? I'm very fond of you, Ultima 6, but you irritate me in ways that your predecessor, Ultima 5, never even dreamed of doing. But this time, we're going to find our way all the way to the northmost tip, which is roughly in alignment with New Magincia. And then we'll just shoot straight west from there. So, this should dive in, but if I shoot right over, there's another peninsula extending to the north. And at the north tip of that, or as far north as this place goes, and from there, go a little further north, and then we shoot west. The sad part is I recognize that this has got to be the worst possible content. Like the actual entertainment value for other people goes down hugely when I'm doing things like just trying to find my way around when I haven't purchased the navigational tools that I should. Like multiple gems that I can use like an honest person. And yet, slogging through these things is so much more fun when I'm also narrating them aloud to an audience. It's kind of a raw deal. Folks at home. And here we are. Alright, thank you for the use of your skiff, my friend. Star Falcon. Okay, let's hop in this ship. Let's go find Dagger Isle. Visit, Moonglow, the City of Honesty. We can visit the Lyceum while we're there. And we'll see what time it is when we're done with all that kind of wandering around. So if there is more time, I would love to head up to the desert. See if we can find our old buddy Sinvral. The devil's favorite demon. Oh, he's probably not the devil's favorite demon. He's a reformed demon. He's one of the good ones. Okay, so we want to go a little bit north of Magincia, of New Magincia. I don't know how humble it is to have 2 docks for your one little farming town. Or perhaps they have a nice dock for visitors, but they themselves just use the basic dock. That would actually be quite humble. Okay. We'll jaunt north for some amount of time. Some amount of presses of the up key, of the 8 key on the numpad. And then we'll shoot to the east. And hopefully, we're going to make landfall here at Dagger Isle. Down to the dun 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 down to dun dun dun. Oh ho! You know what that funny swirly water means? I went just far enough north, assuming that this is Dagger Isle, which it is, because I can see Moonglow, which is spread out. Now that it's a city that's on the world map is more than just an icon. It's kind of occupied the southern tip of Dagger Isle. We're here. Probably they've got a dock somewhere that they would rather their guests use, but this is the way we found ourselves. If we can find an inn. Oh, here's the nice big dock. And maybe there's some snakes in the south. The sun is going down, so we will look for an inn. A gentleman with an air of leadership about him. Yeah, I can see that. Thou art the Avatar. I saw thy portrait in Lord British's castle, yeah. I'm so humble, I said, go for it, warts and all. If there can be any assistance I can offer, thou needst but ask it. Okay, well, what's your name, sir? Lord Agnar of Moonglow. Alright, well, I gotta start a whole new spreadsheet for you, sir. Spreadsheet, not entirely spreadsheet, but a new sheet in the one workbook we got going. Over to Moonglow, and this fella is Lord Agnar. I assume he's the mayor, but maybe they just have multiple lords here. Tell me about Moonglow. I've been here a time or two before. Verily, it is a fine town. Hast thou ever thought of moving here? Yes, I have. Wouldn't regret it? Well, you know, that depends what happens in the future. It's good fishing. Sure, plenty of merriment at the Blue Bottle. Oh yeah, you like fishing, sir? Indeed. Seems funny that you chose to stylize that as a keyword when you were speaking to me. If that's all you wanted to say. What of the Blue Bottle? Much drinking at the Blue Bottle Tavern. And singing. And revelry. And telling of tales. It seems you could be more concise by just saying there's much revelry. I think all of those things are encompassed by revelry. But mostly drinking. What do folks like to drink here? They're curious. Why don't you go pay a visit? Yeah, but can't miss it. Biggest building in town. All right. So, why? Why is Moonglow the drunken place now? You know, honesty, liquid honesty. All right. Very cute. What do you do here, sir? Keep things running smoothly here. It's not difficult in a town of such honesty. Yeah, honesty, that's one of my 8 virtues. It's a virtue we prize most highly here in Moonglow, yeah. Closest to the Shrine of Honesty, and indeed the Rune of Honesty was entrusted into your care some 2 years ago. And what bullshit fetch quest do you need me to perform, despite the fact that you know I'm the Avatar, before you will let me have that rune? I had it once, but I entrusted it to Baven's care. He's the most honest man I know. Okay. What are you saying about yourself, sir? Okay. So Baven's got the rune. Oh, well. So far in the story. Whoops. He lives with Penumbra. Okay. So tell me about this Baven. Haven't seen him around lately. Penumbra should be able to tell you where to find him. You're making me nervous, pal. Tell me about Penumbra. Can't imagine what Baven sees in her. I don't know, sir. I don't know. I gotta kind of question your judgment. Have none of the Lord Mayors. Lord Mayor. It's Lord's Mayor? Do none of the Lords Mayor of Britannia know about, like, lockboxes? Just like a safe? Just a safe that you could even hide in your wall? Alright, so this Penumbra. The name Penumbra sounds familiar, except also that's because it's a word. But, oh no. So Karina, daughter of the King of Travelers, is concerned about her sister Penumbra. So Penumbra is also a traveler. I have some concerns about whether this rune is going to be nearby. Alright, Lord Mayor. You've made some interesting choices. It's a pleasure to meet you. This is not the inn. In fact, it's probably the government building, isn't it? Or is it? Oh, it's some weird place. Here's a large building. Is it the largest building in town, though? It certainly seems large. The tavern is gigantic if this is not the tavern. I mean, the tavern's quite large if this is the tavern. What on earth? That's not a fun-looking room. Okay, the tavern's bigger and hopefully less filled with poison and magical electricity and stuff. You know what? Let's just shut the door behind us. Just for the safety of everybody in this area who may or may not, sorry. Okay, perhaps the gimmick with planting the moonstones and it being important where they go, so they need to go in these obvious kind of shriny looking locations. Okay, let's rest. 8 hours here. And Elo's looking in good shape. So you can play us a song of sleep. We got no food. But we're also near full health. So unless there is a starvation mechanic that I haven't discovered yet, we should be fine. The Avatar healed anyway. Did the Avatar have food and none of the rest of them? Because that is not the virtue of sacrifice at all. Alright, so this was the very bad building. Let's just follow the road around. I guess we're not even looking for a tavern anymore, but... Okay, so this is out of town. That's the road to the Lyceum. Let us... Of course, the honest folk of Moonglow, sleeping the day away. This seems like an important place. And whoever lives here does seem important, and they're asleep. I opened the door to this place already. Oh. Okay, that was not a dock. And on the other side was the tavern. Of course, gotta imagine things aren't really bumping in here yet. And indeed they're not. It's obviously going to be an important place for us to visit once the day gets going here. And the person's home or they're asleep. I'm leaving these folks' doors open in the hopes that the sunshine gets in and reminds them that there's a whole beautiful world out here. And they're sleeping their lives away. Come on, folks. You're just a guard and your name is a secret. Yeah, talked about this. Not gonna lose. I mean, you might lose it, but I am gonna wind up winning it like I always do. Not that I'm complaining. Happy to help. Another door into the blue bottle. Nothing's happening here yet. Seems like there should be a reagent shop at least. That's not right. Yeah. Do not believe that person's supposed to be sleeping there. Hopefully, the game is otherwise uncorrupted and we can keep playing. You hear something to the east? Things picking up. Hey, someone's out of bed. Alright, pipe smoking gentleman with the symbol of the Codex tattooed on his forehead. I can confirm that from the portrait. Portrait description synergy. Greetings, my lord. Yes, and greetings to you, sir. What do they call you? Manrel. Alright. Manrel. What do you do around here? He's a woodworker. Okay. And alchemist. Furniture, cabinets, walking sticks. Yeah. Perhaps. No. He doesn't know anything. He doesn't have a mill here. Okay. You're also an alchemist. Healing potions, but he doesn't have the formula right yet. Did stumble across a wicked recipe for red mead, though. Oh, yeah. Last, there's little call for my brew in this town. With the blue bottle serving Fraser's Folly. So you're in competition? No, you're not. You're happy with them. One of the finest libations? Oh, yeah. What's so good about it? Haha, yeah. I get what you're saying, I guess. So, and you're what? Okay, do you know this Baven? Have any concerns about Baven? Have you been to visit my cousin's grave? No? Did no one tell the mayor that Baven is dead? Was he not invited to the funeral? He thought very highly of Baven. Okay. Do you have any thoughts on his taste in women? No, he didn't. All right. We're gonna have to rob a grave. Time will tell. All right. It's been interesting to meet you, sir. Yeah. Same. Absolutely. Oh. Getting ready for that lunch rush. Getting a little cool in here. Step over, grab my sweater. A short, congenial fellow. He does look congenial. Can't comment on his height. Welcome to the Blue Bottle. I had a feeling this was the place. Sir, what do they call you? Are you Mr. Bottle? Rob Fraser. Ah, so you brew the Fraser's Folly. Okay, well, let's chat, buddy. What do you... This is just how I do things. I know it seems silly. He sells mead, wine, bread, and brie, and the house brew, Fraser's Folly. Heck yeah, you do. Okay, so Fraser. I brew Fraser's Folly myself? Yeah. Very popular ale. Okay. Why do you call it Folly? Same keyword. Got it. Do you know, babe? Pardon me, I've got the hiccups, sir. Haven't even had any Fraser's Folly yet, and I'm hiccuping. Yeah, what do you think of the Baven situation? Nah, he doesn't know. He doesn't want to get involved. He's the kind of bartender who listens. He's not really listening. Because the key to making your patrons happy is just to make them feel like someone listened. You don't got to burden yourself listening to their problems. You know, Penumbra, you don't. All right. I mean, you know what? Sell me some bread. Shimino would buy some bread. 3 gold per loaf. Could we just have 12 loaves of bread? Please? Alright, great. Now, we can break bread. Next time it's time to camp it down. Very good. This is a very small, limited size Moonglow that we're dealing with here. Unless I'm just missing a segment of the town somewhere. But I don't suspect that I am. But where are the people? Ah, well, at least one of them is still asleep. My goodness. It's high noon. Okay, someone's here. And it's Aganar. Hello, Aganar. Okay. He's dead, man. Alright. It's problematic. It's Manrel, of course. Greetings. Hello, I must be going. Someone new. Whoa! Man looks very amused. He does. He very much does. Whether with his surroundings or himself is hard to say. I honestly, why not both? Welcome, my lord. Come have a drink with me. Have you had your fortune told yet? I haven't. Some people think Penumbra's a hoax. Right, of course, I've met Penumbra. She's the fortune teller. Okay. She knows her stuff. You should bear with her. She can truly be of great assistance to you. I wish she had foreseen that I would want to ask her about Baven last time I was talking to her. But here we are. Okay, well, I don't know. What do you think of Penumbra? She does have some kind of gift, for sure. Do you know her paramour, Baven? Okay. I haven't even asked you your name. Daridless. What was yours again? It's not again. I haven't told you my name yet. But I'm James. Yeah, you didn't know that. Unless you've heard already of me. People do like to talk about how virtuous I am. You might like a guy who's humble but also honest, but also honorable and valorous. Does this ring a bell? Spiritual guy. Great compassion. Always willing to sacrifice. Okay. Great. What do you do when you're not putting her down? Yeah. He likes to drink. He does like to drink. I had that feeling. Is it a career itself, sir, or is it folly? Yeah, I hear it's great. Maybe I'll try some. Not today. Yeah, sir. Not all of us. Some of us have jobs besides just getting drunk in the middle of the afternoon. No judgment. Just saying. Okay. So. Oh, did this one person get up yet? Oh, do you hear something in the north, Shimino? Is it just like people living here? Just living their lives, doing their thing? Whoever was here got up. Where do they go? Where do they spend their day? Are they now at Fraser's? The blue bottle. That's the mayor. No. Nobody new here. Shimino hears something to the south. Probably like sea monsters or something, but let's look around. Some swamp snakes. Forget it. Okay. Moonglow is kind of tiny. If I'm not missing anything, which I surely am. That's okay, because we're going to pop up to the Lyceum and we're going to have to come back down to get the ship. So maybe we'll find it then. Along the way, I mean, I'd love to know what's going on in here, but we need a fair bit of enhancement of our magical abilities. It's another thing I can be using my increasingly large sums of money that I've been carrying around. Unsure what to do with. Oh, chopped in half tree. It's not super reassuring to see. Why am I traveling north through the forest instead of taking the road that surely led right to the Lyceum? I was hoping I would find the graveyard of Moonglow. But perhaps I'm going to need to find Penumbra again. Penumbra, of course, seems to be one of those travelers who actually travels. She gets around. Okay. Trace our way back. Oh, do you hear something to the west, buddy? Well, was it the trees? Just going gently in the breeze? I mean, to be fair, there have been times when Shimino has actually been helpful by blurting out that he hears something. The ratio is not great, but he has been helpful at times. Okay, here's the road. Let's save, because you never know what's going to happen on the road. We'll keep an eye out as we travel for a grave. And if we find that grave, we'll throw down a save and then desecrate it to see if the rune's there. If Penumbra has just been carrying the rune around, I have some real questions about why she didn't foresee that I needed it. Hey! Another building. Is it the Lyceum? Could be. Yeah, I think we're here. I think we've made it to the Lyceum. Another horrible place. And here's a person. A freckled young lady with an enchanting smile. Maybe she does. She's not showing it in this portrait. Sorry to put you to trouble, but I'm only supposed to help those who know the ways of magic. I know the ways of magic. Oh, I see what you're doing. What does the magic syllable zoo mean? It means sleep. I'm 99% sure. I'm not going to test locking up the game for even 99% certainty. Notable that a lot, I don't know about all. Yeah. Zoo means sleep. I don't know about all of them, but a lot of the copy protection questions are actual questions that if you just know about Ultima, you can answer them. Which kind of seems like it sets up an exploit. Where fans of Ultima are the ones who are most likely to be able to pirate the game. It means sleep. That's right. Well, what can I help you with? See, I got a feeling that that you and I have some history, and you should be saying, like, looking good, Avatar. What's your name? It's Mariah. Hey, Mariah, come on. No? Alright, what do you do, Mariah? I mean, you do magic. She's the newest member of the Council of Wizards. Somebody's got to keep things running smoothly. Yeah, that is important. Let me just head to my Lyceum sheet. Show Mariah Eolo's book. Gotta show her the book. That's a note that I made to myself. She's on the Council of Wizards, so perhaps she's not going to be joining us. Which is a shame, because presumably she actually does know magic. Unlike Jana, who's forgotten all about ever having known magic. Spare time, use the library. Of course. Makes sense. We're going to have to read a lot of library books while we're here, I think. So what does the council do? Oh my. And sleep is important. Do you get enough sleep, Mariah? Ah, yes. What's this realm of the senses? Wait, hold on. What? Okay, say the word senses to other people. This is something I should probably be noting. When someone gives me a keyword and then it's just a bullshit, useless response from them, they're probably hinting that I can use that keyword on other people. All right. So, what about the library here? Finest library in all of Britannia. I study many different things. I find learning old languages the most interesting. Yeah, that's true. Okay. Check out this book that Eolo has. No. Alright. Is Eolo holding a book? Yes. The Book of Prophecies. So presumably this is what we want to show to her. Save the game. Can't use the Book of Prophecies. Is there a give? No, get, of course. Never mind. Could we move the book to Mariah? Only within the party. Why don't I say book to her instead of Eolo? Aha! Success! Okay. She's seen the script before, and she loves old scripts. Part of an ancient silver tablet in my study with writing both in our language and this. I've learned only a little from studying it, but I can make out a few words. The title is the Book of Prophecies. I already knew that. It says something about the end of our world. But are these the words of a false prophet? If only you had the other half of the tablet. Perhaps you'd be able to decipher the rest of the book. Do you have any hints for where this tablet might be? Got my piece of the tablet from some Roma at the pub. Mayhap they can tell you where to look for the other piece. Okay. Ask travelers about the other piece of this tablet. Bring both pieces of the tablet here and just tell me what you can. So we should go, if not stealing anymore, to go into Mariah's room and take this tablet of hers. Great. Thanks, Mariah. Alright. Well, we got a whole thing going on here that we're just not going to involve ourselves in just yet. There's the flame of honesty. Burning beautifully. Oh, look. A silver fragment. Well, we've got the fragment. I guess I didn't need to take the fragment, did I? The day may come where I'm like, laden down because of this silver tablet. Yeah, it's just a fragment. That's all we can learn from it right now. What's this? A spell. What spell? Who knows? Yeah, I'm not surprised that door is locked. Glad to see there's other folks here. A busy looking man wearing a blue robe. He does look busy. I find it interesting that we're not commenting on the star on his face. So many books to keep organized. So I wonder if you have any time for your own studies. Can you help me with something? Well, yeah, let's get to know each other first. Thariand of the Blue Star. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I was going to ask about this weird blue star on your forehead. All the students of Nicodemus bear this sign. Well, okay. Who's this Nicodemus? I think he's the villain of the fantasy trilogy, but that's an unrelated game series. He lives southeast of you. It's Nicodemus the Enchanter, who I haven't yet managed to meet in the woods. Southeast of you is more information that could help me find him, so thank you. All right. Bit of information there. Very good. Tell me about you. Oh, okay. Ask the citizens there. Perhaps I will, my friend. Mayhaps I will. Okay. Very good, very good. I gather you're a librarian, but yes. He can help me find books. That's good. I have heard about books. But what do you like about magic? If you could master all the arcane lore contained within these volumes, you'd be the greatest sorcerer of all time. Yeah, sure. That's true of anybody. Anybody who could achieve total mastery in everything of a certain topic would be the best person at it. Yeah, that's definitely the only thing holding you back, buddy. Sorry, Tariand, not Nicodemus. Okay, so I want to ask him about books. I'm just going to go back to my spreadsheet for a minute and find out how many times people told me that they read about something at the Lyceum. Whoa. Boom. Ballooning. Yodeling Johan told me he read about ballooning here. That's actually, otherwise I've heard that Epherimenides is building a model of the moons here in the Lyceum. And that some dude's dad, no, Doris Oh, right. Doris, the snotty innkeeper. She studies under the Great Zhao, who might also be here. And he's the only one who teaches spells of greatest power. We're not there yet. We're not ready to learn the greatest spells of almighty power. But, great. So, yeah, we're looking for some books, man. Well, how do you distinguish nonfiction and reference here, sir? Nonfiction, I guess? In that category, I can recommend Mating Rituals of the Northern Plains Centaur, Of Dreams and Visions, The Lost Art of Ballooning, Summoning Incubi for Fun and Profit. Is there something else you wanted to find? I had to note down those Dewey Decimal equivalents, didn't I? I'm going to just start a library table here. Okay, here we go. Centaur mating is at CE 437.2 N19. Very good. The Dreams book is at O27 Z811F. Very good. Ballooning, A Lost Art. The giant basket weaving is going to be part of making the balloon. Right? Charlotte the Weaver, or whoever it is that at the giant project, will weave us a giant basket, and that will be the basket of the hot air balloon that we're going to make, I believe. Okay, Lost Art of Ballooning. 718.5, B34, Z5. None of these codes look similar at all. I don't know how your cataloging system works. Summoning. Y19, T343, LP. Got my office window open, and I can confirm that somebody downtown is in this fine city is enjoying some cannabis today. Fiction. Maybe not important, but who knows. Caverns of Freitag, which you can find at 821.34 space R lowercase z 14 lowercase n. Around the world in a wash tub can be found. I don't know that these fictional books are going to turn out to be important at all, or that any of these codes are going to turn out to be important, but just in case. Huh. Either I or Lord British is probably responsible for that one, right? Not for writing it, for importing it here. Yeah, I'm curious about how you differentiate in your mind between reference and nonfiction. Okay, so like all literally almanacs and encyclopedias. Fair enough. Probably an atlas or two. Dilzal's Almanac of Good Advice. I bet it's got good advice in it. And that's if it matters, 665.556 Dills. The DLZ obviously derived from the author's own name. Prilowig's Compendium. I'm just going to call it that. A001.3 space BF. Which is how we pronounce BFB if we're saying it out loud as a single word. The Lost Book of Mantras. Not sure why that would be something we needed. We know all the mantras, unless there's cool secret mantras. No, that's everything. Should have no trouble finding what we want once we have the call number. We shall see. You understand how our books are organized, don't you? A little. Well then, I suggest you look it up. It's in the Beginner's Guide to the Dewey Decimal System. Its call number. Sir, do you see the problem you've created for me here? T170035 R16 RL.5 space V43. Who's this Dewey? Oh, I'm sorry. I just remembered. That book was checked out last week. Try coming back for it later. Great. Okay. Can you just get me the book? No. What if I say the code to you? Then I will leave you alone, sir. Alright. Any book you take out of here are due back for the next bipolar lunar conjunction. That's a really weird due date system, sir. I mean, I suppose in one sense it's like makes things very clear for people. No, I'm not trying to look at myself. I'm trying to look at the bookshelf. Nothing there. Yeah, it's going to be a different room is going to be the library. Might not even be in this building, but we'll find out. It's nighttime. Sun's going down. All these magical effects that Mariah is practicing or whatever she's doing really causing the game to chug, but that is what it is. Okay, well, we're gonna need to sleep before we can explore Lyceum more. So save, and let's rest. Hope you all like bread. Rest for 8 hours. Gotta take turns. No, we don't. Elo's at full health. The rest of us can recover our health. This tasty bread. Arrgh! I reject this outcome. I can't handle the truth. Try it again in one other locale, and then we'll just accept that we have to fight snakes throughout the whole night or whatever it is. Boom! It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new world. I'm feeling good. Just get out of bed, people. Come on. Some small details of the Britannian world building change from game to game. Like the precise location of the Shrine of Humility, for instance. What does this sign say? Host for sale. It's got a magic lock on the door and everything. It's pretty cool. Not up yet. Shimino, here's something to the east. Well, typically those little water you can walk through areas delineate the borders. You leave in town if you cross them. Okay, that's not the library, the same building. What's this? I don't think this is going to be the library. Oh, it's portcullis. Not usable. Somebody's home who did get out of bed earlier today. And this is going to just be the way out of town, right? Where does a northern road lead here? It's a curious question. Oh, leads to some place where somebody lives. Or a cool building. A log saw. Who works here? When do you start business for the day? I have a log I need sawed. Oh. It might be here. Not behind the portcullis. Oh, come on. Get out of bed. Okay. Okay. It's not going to take too long. See a crystal ball. Looking at it does not let us... Alright. This person really ought to maybe not leave an open fire raging in the corner of the room while they're sleeping. They must have really good magic ventilation in this lumber mill. Come on. Like, this place doesn't actually seem like a lumber mill in any way, but it has a log saw. I just want to believe. Oh, is this the... Yeah, this is not Jana. It's a woman. A wise, scholarly woman. Good morning, Avatar. I am the Avatar. I'm glad you noticed. What do you do, my dear? You're Zhao. So you teach the best spells. You're... I'm already despairing about the odds that you're going to offer me woodworking, lumber milling services, but very good. We have found Zhao. I'll let her tell me her official job herself. And you know I'm the Avatar? Ah, I'm glad. Happy to help. You know, when Lord British first pitched this whole Avatar thing to me, his whole idea was inspiring you folks to be better, like me. Including in humility. So yeah, kind of felt like you were going to be on the Council of Wizards, my dear. But I'll just note that for the record. And you teach spells, perhaps the best spells, the mightiest spells that anyone in the world can cast. What of this council? Keep the forces of magic in balance throughout the world. This has involved keeping 3 statues in a precise shape all the time. Because I remember hearing about a world where that was a very important factor of maintaining balance in the world. Okay, balance throughout the land. And the virtues, yeah, of course. Yeah, balance is not an easy task. Is virtue an easy task? You created the shrines. Or the council did. You might not have been personally involved. No offense, Madame Zhao. You just don't seem that old. Tarian can tell me more about the shrines. Well, I wish he had while I was talking to him. But I'll go back. Tarian the librarian. Tarian the librarian. Tarian the librarian. Right. Tarian? You mean the librarian? Oh, the Lyceum, right. Yeah. You said it in a way that made it sound like you wanted me to ask you a follow-up question. That's all I'm saying. So you have a student, and she lives in Minnock, right? Doris. This is Doris. Alright. Thank you, Zhao. Because now, next time Doris is giving me attitude, I'll just keep it secure in my mind that she's all full of herself for being your student and you don't even give a shit about her. Can you do anything with this log that I'm dragging around? Can you turn this log into a board? You've got... No? You've got a log saw, but it's just part of a weird non-mill contraption. Okay. Okay. Fine. Bye for now. Okay. Remind myself quickly. What level art I? Right now, level 4. I could almost certainly learn a new spell if I can afford the fee. So why wouldn't I? If she'll teach low-level spells. Spells? Yeah. I was looking to study in... I don't know. I don't even know. Zhao, excuse me a moment. Let me just pull up the old compendium and just see. What would I really like to have? Like, some sort of aggressive spell. Do I have the harm spell already? I don't know. Magic arrow might be even better in the second circle. What about the third circle? Fireball. Well, that sounds like what I... Okay. If she'll do third circle and I can learn the third circle... She can, but she won't... Oh, Dispel Field could be useful if I want to explore these fielded up areas. Like there's a clear route into the basement of the Lyceum, just beyond some fields that Mariah's just messing around with. And like Pier obviously would address my need for gems. Although I then need reagents. But I could gimmick those as well, I guess, if I wanted to be a jerk about it. Okay. Tell me how to dispel a field. 75 gold? Give it to me, baby. Thank you. None right now. Buy. Okay, so then you have 2 spells. Obviously, you've got to use them to actually learn them? No. Move the spells into the spell book. Okay. And what spells do I have now? Some good ones there. Poison. Untrap. Dispel Field. Armageddon. I have an 8th level spell. Sounds a little dicey. I don't know if I actually want to use that spell yet. Okay. Okay. This is good. Maybe Shumino can learn a spell. And maybe she'll teach a second level, second circle. What's Shumino's money situation? Is the Avatar going to have to spot him some cash? Here, Dupre. Let's just move 25 of those. To Shumino. No shade, Dupre. You're just not as important as Shumino, so he gets some of your money. Alright. Now, Great Zhao. Madame Zhao. I was hoping you'd teach us some spells. Shumino would like to learn a second circle spell if... Alright, so I can already tell you're not into violence, I guess. None of those. Perhaps he's not. What about the first circle? You do not want to teach aggressive spells. That's okay. We're looking for aggressive spells because, like, maybe that will help us with these gargoyles we can't touch. The one time one of those gargoyles I can't touch died was because he blew himself up with his own fireball. But it's just not Zhao's way to teach that kind of destructive magic. And fair enough. She doesn't have to do anything she doesn't want to do. Look around, see what else is in the vicinity of the Lyceum. We have another big stone building. Is it the library? Is the library a separate building? Is the Lyceum all that one building? I don't know. But here's a guy. Stern, severe man in white robes. I would dispute the degree to which those robes are white. This guy does look stern, though. And severe. He doesn't look like he's doing any research. I wasn't trying to interrupt you, sir. Yes, what is it? You've come for healing, I suppose. No, I just wanted to chat. What's your name, sir? Dargoth. I mean, don't judge a book by its cover and all. But, Dargoth is not a Healy-sounding name. Okay. Master of medical lore. So what do you do? True calling is research. Oh yeah, you're very important, I can tell. People need help, man. You should be proud that you're able to help them. Great. I don't like you and I don't want to talk to you anymore. Man. Not fond of you at all, Dargoth. You seem like a real piece of work. Whoever's living here went to work without her staff. Shimino hears something to the east. Right, that's the way out of here. I guess technically this is probably all Moonglow. Just Moonglow and the Lyceum are more strongly connected now than they were before. Excuse me, sir. Okay. We'll go in through the front door since the guards are obnoxious. Alright. I really want to know what's beyond there. But first I want to see, like, what's the story with this library? Is it just a matter of... Who's this? It's Mariah. Where's the friggin' library? Yeah, okay. That's all very well and good. Hey, Tarian. Yeah. Oh, what did Zhao tell me to ask this guy about? Balance. No. Ah, man. I'll go back. Okay. While I'm here, I want to get books. Well, however we obtain books from the library, probably I gotta, like, find a place that is the library. I hope that's what's going on here. Nothing on this bookshelf. Can't remember what Zhao told me to ask him about. So I'll go back to her at some point. But right now, I'm gonna throw down a save in case Mariah gets really offended that I dispelled her field. But let's find out what happens. Put my shield down for a moment. And we're going to do a little engraving. Success. And no great offense taken yet by anyone here. We make it to the ladder. We go down to the basement. Is it the library? Perhaps it is. Shimino, buddy, strike up a torch. Yeah, this looks like the library. I don't know why they guard the library in this particularly odd way, but fine. Bookshelves aren't usable. Okay. So all we got are a bunch of bookshelves that do not want to reveal their secrets to us. And just more ladders. Ladders up, ladders down. Crossbow Marksmanship by Elo Fitzowen. Hey buddy, you never told me you finally published this book. There is Zen to shooting well. Become one with your crossbow. Clear your mind of all thoughts, save that of flying with the bolt to the target, and you will not miss. Just don't overthink it. It's the advice from the master. If we keep on looking around... The lost art of ballooning. Okay, so if the ballooning code was... Yeah, I don't see how the call signs help me with this at all. But okay. Back in the days of the Avatar's quest, rumors spread of a strange sight in the skies. A tinker from the town of Minok claimed to have rediscovered the lost art of ballooning. According to ancient lore, this was a mystical practice that allowed one to soar through the air. Higher than the birds themselves, no records have been found of the rituals used to perform this feat, but several farmers from the area still tell tales of strange sights. A strange sphere was seen way up in the sky, and the voices of men could be heard drifting down from it. The apparition drifted up into the clouds and was lost to sight. This took place years ago, and naught has been heard of the mystic art of ballooning since that time. Okay. I'm going to make another note on Minnock. Ask Julia about ballooning. Ah, it's Michelle, the weaver in Minnock. In fact, whose father spoke of this big ol' basket. So that's a thing. Oh my goodness, though. Okay, that's a ladder up. There's a ladder down. If I take this ladder up on my back in the... No, I'm not. What if I take this ladder up? Am I back in the main hall? No. But I found some more books. The Lost Book of Mantras. Kim, Rum, Bam, Moo, Dim Sum. Sum, Bang, Liz, Zowie. Cow, Frem, Ort. Lum, Spam, Ho, Yum, Tea, Meow. Very funny. The Caverns of Freytag. This is fiction. Dragon named Freytag came under the Mystic Isles, and there was much fear and anguish among the populace. One day, the warrior Gerten set forth to beard the dragon in her lair. Yeah, there's lots of stuff going on here. A vast series of caverns inhabited by strange creatures. He drove Freytag away from the land, and there was much rejoicing. Okay. I mean, it's not a bad story. There's nothing wrong with it. Okay, let's, for our own sake here, make sure we can retrace our steps. Yes? Yes, okay. Let's just save. While we know where the exit is, when we found our way back, but let's go down the path we had been down and keep exploring it. Okay, so we came in here and we went up. No, we didn't go, because it was up here where I found those books that I just read. Yes. So we'll go back south. We'll go north. We found a book. A treatise on the lore of gargoyles. Kind of seems like Darian the librarian could have highlighted this as an important book. You know, it's relevant to the times. This should be on a temporary display at the front of the library. So you want to know more about the gargoyle invasion. Though gargoyles are considered by most to be mere legend, no records exist documenting the origins of the gargoyle statues that adorn many castles. Even the towering stone guardians of the Codex of Ultimate Wisdom have many of the physical characteristics of the legendary gargoyle. Nobody seems to know where they came from either. Despite the lack of hard evidence, there have been a fair number of unconfirmed reports of sightings of live gargoyles. It's the opinion of this author that demons are a form of gargoyle. We'll ask Sinval about that. As many reliable encounters with demons have been documented in various scholarly works, perhaps this is the best source of further information on the subject of gargoyles. Yeah, that strikes me as plausible. Norlik the Elder. So then if I go down, where am I? I'm in a large place. Okay, is this the lowest level, perhaps? There are so many ladders here. What? This is... And I'm not, telling tales out of school here or, assigning myself wisdom I don't have. I have a Master of Library Studies, so I feel comfortable saying this is a chaotically designed library. Warriors of Destiny. Oh, I know those folks. I've heard this one before. After the shining example set by the Avatar, Britannia seemed all set to enter blah blah blah, great tragedy, Lord British, etc. Hardest, he was lost. He had gone on an expedition. Underworld, never returned. I still don't understand why he thought he had to go on that expedition himself. I guess he was just bored. Blackthorn took control. Martial law. 3 Shadow Lords. This all sounds very familiar. Warp the minds of men. They could draw on the power of the vortex. Teleport all around. Bad time. Avatar came back. Managed to rescue Lord British before the collapse of the underworld. Put him back on the throne. Yeah, that was one of the many heroic things I did at that time. The author could have researched this a little bit more, I think. There's nothing in there at all about a lot of the very important stuff I've done. Finding out their names. Big day for the forces of justice. Is this a new book? No. Okay. Because it's not a new book, we can start retracing steps. Yeah. Okay. Alright. Okay. That's enough for me for now. I don't think we're going to catch Zhao before she goes to sleep. To bother her. To remind us what she told us. That Tarian could tell us more about. Oh, right. She's definitely going to be asleep. What if she's a night owl? She is. Should have known. You look so wise. Okay, your job is, the wizards. And the wizards must maintain balance. And the balance is not easy. And the virtues are... shrines. Okay. Solve that little mystery. Because now it's nighttime. Tarian does not strike me as a guy who... Actually, he also could be working by candlelight. Maybe it's the only time he can get any studying done. Joke's on him. I'm coming to interrupt his studies. Nope. If he is studying this late at night, he's studying in some secret private place, which makes sense. His whole thing is how he hates being interrupted while he tries to study. I'm weirded out by the way that Mariah does not seem to recognize the avatar anymore. That house is for sale. If we head up a little north of the house... We're not in the wilderness yet. Welcome back, Waffle Syrup. So, what did you miss? I got the Rune of Humility. You might have already seen that part. I found the Shrine of Humility. It is at the Shrine of Humility, not only can I not hit the big gargoyle, I can't hit the little ones. So, pin in that. Now I'm on Dagger Isle, site of Moonglow and the Lyceum. And so, according to the mayor here, boy, I hope we don't get killed while we're sleeping here. No, looks like the time's gonna pass. So according to the mayor, he gave the rune to a dude. Let's get his name. Mayor of Moonglow gave the rune to a Baven, because Baven's the most honest man he knows. Baven happens to be lovers with Penumbra, the fortune-telling daughter of... Or the fortune-telling traveler, anyway. And then he's all like, I sure don't like that Baven, carouses with her. And it's like, well, how much did you trust this guy? And then he's like, I haven't seen Baven in a long time. And I went and I spoke to some other folks about Baven. Another dude, Manrel. You mentioned Baven to him, and he's like, oh, you've been to visit my cousin's grave? No, sir, and I'm filled with despair to hear you say that. So, we got a quest to find the Rune of Honesty. Of course, Penumbra moves around, but hopefully we'll run into her again. Maybe we'll find this grave. I've not yet found a graveyard here in Moonglow / the Lyceum. Learned a little bit more about ballooning. Turns out Julia might be able to tell us more when we go back to Minnock. There's also a clue to something under a beehive in Minnock. So maybe we're going to wrap up here and head back to where I started this long, circuitous journey. In Minnock. Let's find out. We'll find out together what I'm actually going to do. But right now, I was told that Tarian the librarian can tell me more about shrines. He just has a book. This library, by the way, is ridiculous, Waffle Syrup. It's literally a maze of corridors and ladders up and down in the basement of the Lyceum, where every now and then you find a pedestal with a book on it. A lot of wasted space. Not very clearly organized. I wrote down all the Dewey Decimal codes this jerk told me about books, and nothing. They don't, as far as I can tell. I'm trying to say goodbye to you, Tarian. They have a very clear system of a return date. It's always just due for the next time that the two moons align. Weird. Okay. Let's head... I want to chase this road everywhere and see if I do find a graveyard, because perhaps actually visiting the grave of this Baven... Oh, someone does live out here. Are they home? They're home, but of course they're in bed. They have a very large home. Ooh! Can I use this telescope? No. Wait. Well, that's fun, but all it does is confirm to me... Wait. Let's throw it in a save, because it's probably stealing if it's possible. No, we can't even get the telescope. But they're just taunting us with the fact that the game has the capability to scroll the view window. Whoever this is, I want them to get up so I can ask them about themselves. Bum 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 ba 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 ba. Seriously, like, you can utilize the feature at static points where it doesn't really appear to be very helpful at all. And that's it. Would you, come on. We're wasting daylight here. Yikes, what is this? Tangle Vine. And it wants to fight. Okay, fine. We'll kill you. Or be killed by you if you turn out to be a very, very powerful foe. Can we attack the tendrils of the vine? We can target them. Can we hit them and damage them? Ah, yes, we can kill little bits of it. But obviously, we need to kill the core of it. Gweno. No hit. Alright. Closing in on this thing. Still just lightly wounded. We'll see how lightly wounded it is when we get big old Dupre in there just slugging at it with a boomerang. Oops. No. Missed. Still just lightly wounded. Gweno, step forward again. Oh, I got grazed. Not super worried about that. Whoa! Went from lightly wounded to critical there. Huh. It said we killed the heart of it. But it's still fighting. Okay. Screw you, Tanglevine. Maybe we killed enough time. Our sleepy friend. No. No luck there. Alright, well, I'm just curious. Let's take a good look at them while they're sleeping. A compelling looking fellow. He's got the triangle beard. He's got a really interesting hat. Yeah, there's got to be some amount of like killing every last little bit of it. But even when it says it's killed, like the center part didn't disappear when I killed it. Man, this guy. I want to talk to him so bad. I'm so intrigued. What does he do late at night that's so important? That he's got to sleep in. Like all day. Just to get his energy back. I don't know. Don't know. One thing this game definitely could have used is a feature like in Breath of the Wild, where you just say, alright, I want this much time to pass. This guy's definitely a night owl. Just going to force me to waste the entire day. Okay, I'll come back in a moment, sir. Sir Sleepyhead, as we'll call you. Nah. Okay. What's going on in the map? Does the map show me anything that looks interesting around Moonglow, like a graveyard? It does not. So if there is a graveyard here in Moonglow, it just seems like there probably should be. I'm just gonna have to wander till I find it. Alright. Come on, dude. Okay. We'll do it this way. There! A solemn man, yep. Constantly dusting and polishing the items in his shop. Oh, it's just a friggin' shop. What's your name, sir? Ephemeridis. This guy is building a model of the moons. Something like that. And our pal, the Dolorous clockmaker, helped him with it. What do you do, sir? He's an astronomer. Calculate movements, stars, phases of the moons. Tidal predictions. Glasswares and instruments. Okay. Let's take it back to the start there. He's going to publish a paper about how the world is flat to dispel all this foolish talk to the contrary. Afterwards, we'll construct a model of how it all works. An orrery. An orrery, you say? Pleased with your interest, Ephemeridis shows you papers with plans for a clockwork model of the Caesarian system. This flat piece is Britannia. Each moon would exert a pull on the oceans, thus resulting in the tides. You turn that little handle there to get it to go. He's practically giggling with glee. He said a bunch of other things, sir. And I'm going to need you to tell me the whole story again. Tidal predictions. Spring tides and neap tides, you say? Spring tide is the opposite of a neap tide. Okay. And a neap tide, I guess, is the low and high tide marks close together. The planets are in quadrature. What does that mean, sir? Angular separation of two celestial bodies is measured from a third, being 90 degrees, of course. A very safe tide. Tides. Function of the two moons. Felicia and Trammel interacting with our world, Sasaria. Yeah, okay. What other keywords did you have? Glasswares. Lenses and the like. Instruments? Mostly sextants. Always. That's all I needed, sir. Very glad to have it. Oh, I should have... Hold on. Should just... this clock guy, you know him? What was his name? Here we are. Troy the Clockmaker. What do you think of this Troy? No gratitude. Alright, that's fair. That's fair. He's kind of a jerk. Ephemerenides. Alright, I'll add him to my sheet here. Told me stuff about the tides. Sold me a sextant. See what happens when I use my sextant. Just in case it's somehow consumable. There. We can get our coordinates. That will make the cause of navigating at sea when, you know, you can only see like 20 feet in front of you, significantly easier. Maybe not that much easier, but somewhat easier. Oh, lousy snake. Don't have time for this. Like, it wouldn't make any sense. And a sextant has not been like that in previous games. But wouldn't I feel a fool if I just dove in and didn't even verify? Oh! Okay. How many times? I got the Dispel Field spell, but I'd have to cast it quite a few times to actually make my way through here. I don't think I'm going to do that right now. I don't think I can do that right now. Let's look at my individual stats. Yeah, I only have 42 magic points. I can't cast Dispel Field enough times to deal with that place. Okay, obviously, the location is important for moonstones. Let's see if this is what we're talking about when we say that. Huh? Well, that took me somewhere. Oh dear. Not anywhere I want to be at the moment. Is this a gargoyle we can hit? We can hit Jana. Okay. Okay. Going back. Also, did I leave that other moonstone that I was experimenting with in... Oh no, I'm down a moonstone. I must have forgotten to pick it up from New Magincia. So, okay. We've got a couple of tasks worth performing here. Let's stop by the tavern, see if there are any travelers in town. Certainly be convenient if they just showed up right now. Nobody's showed up. Okay. Oh. Who's this? Is it just the mayor? No, it's the drunken dude. Who's a nice guy? Do you know Baven? No, he doesn't. Do you know Penumbra? Right, of course. He was talking to me about Penumbra. Okay, very good. Yeah, I'm not wobbling already. I got things to do, pal. I can't stay here and getting drunk off Fraser's Folly, the signature wine of this place. Alright, I docked my ship in a nonsense spot. Here we go, to the high seas. Alright, let's return to Magincia, grab that moonstone that I forgot to retrieve. If indeed I did do that. If it's not there, then the one I forgot to retrieve is on the Isle of the Avatar, and I will just put a pin in that. But okay, let me look here. Looking at the map, if any of these symbols were supposed to be delineating the actual measurements of the sextant, they are far too blurry in scanned form to be used for that purpose. Okay, we'll shoot a little bit south. Ding, 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 ding. And then we'll go west. And with a little luck, we're going to hit New Magincia. Take a look for our moonstone if I left it there. And then, well, I guess the quickest way back to Minnock. Is there a good northern path to Minnock? No, the quickest way to Minnock would be to shoot south around the world. If indeed we have a wraparound world. And wouldn't it be nice if we did? The contents of this sextant will self-destruct. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to do a bunch of simple favors for the mayor of every town. Because it would just be too easy for each one of them to say, "Ah, Avatar, I've been waiting for you. Here's the rune. Thank you for saving the world again." Anyway, here we are. Ah, whatever. This is fine. We'll use this dock this time around. I haven't gone to Jalome yet. Of the towns I haven't visited, where haven't I gone? Let me just take a glance around at the map and think here. Haven't been to Jalome. That's, yeah. Getting pretty close to have at least popped by. Having at least popped by everywhere. So that's cool. I mean, there are things here on the... Like, I can see the Shadow Lord's old castle is still there. So we haven't been there. There's plenty of places. There's lots to explore, obviously. I'm not worried about running out of places to explore. Are we out of the ship? Use the ship? Ah, there we go. Well, let's find it. Find out if indeed I left the moonstone here. If I did, it's down by the other dock. Shmino, buddy. Strike us up a torch, could you? Thank you, pal. There it is. Ah, I can't get the moon gate. Does the moon gate close when the moons go down, or have I perma-locked a moon gate in this stupid spot? Guess I'll find out in the morning. Buy some more bread, too. Doesn't look like wilderness, but I'll take it. I'll guard myself. I'll do it. No food, but it's fine. We're all at full health. As far as we're aware to date, there is no nothing. Oh my goodness. I've got no no knack for judging the day-night cycle. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. We're back on that. Very good. So we've liberated 2 shrines. We've got plenty of runes. We know where the spirituality rune is. We just don't know how to get it the honest way yet. But we do know how to sequence break right to the end of that rune quest, so we will if we need to. Okay, now, if I want to go to Minnock, I've actually got to go south, but if I want to check in on my buddy Sinvral, I could do either. Well, let's, hold on. Break my cursor free so I can just glance at the map here. Okay. So, if it is a wraparound world, which it probably is, unless it's a world with an edge, going south will take me back to the Isle where Blackthorn's castle is with its angry, angry wildlife. And from thence, I will pop down further and see if it is a wraparound world. Probably is. Maybe might not be. There's only one way to find out. That's not true. There's at least two, because testing it and just finding out by like asking someone who knows or Googling it, those are both viable paths to knowledge. Right, so here is the island of Blackthorn's castle. With its rabbits just waiting to kill me. Now, hold on. Bust out the cursor one more time. And this will line up. Yeah. We'll wind up hitting the coast east of Minnock, west of the desert. So we can go over and we can see if we can find Sinvral in the desert. And then might be getting close to time to call it. I'm soon to be approaching more time in my life for things that aren't working all day, well into the evening, every single friggin' day. No, this world has an edge. Cool. Well, let's head north. Is there something going on off? Huh. I guess that's where the... Yeah, but how did all these foreigners, these immigrants, how did Ultima get here? Is it like a Saga Frontier? Like it's the regions and then you have to travel by aircraft between them over that big, vast nothingness? Yeah, he did, didn't he? What's the gimmick, Ultima? What aren't you telling us? Oh my goodness. We're heading north. That's for sure. Well, at least we know there's no chance that I'm just like an empty column of sea and wrapping around and just sailing forever like a chump. If there's an edge to the world, that can't be the case. Unless there's some horrible gimmick where there's a northern wraparound edge but not a southern one. I'm not going to be happy if I find that out. I really should have like bought some bread for the team. Not because we need it for healing properties, and as far as I can tell there's no starvation in this game. It just seems like letting my squad eat is good leadership. Okay, here's something. We've made it to somewhere. What is this? What is this place? It's an island. It's probably Dagger Isle, but I don't know. I can't say that for sure. Oh, yeah. Definitely Dagger Isle. If I get out here, this is going to be Zhao's place, isn't it? Yep. Okay. I know where I am. Very disappointing that the Great Zhao has this fancy contraption set up that includes a log saw. But she does not actually, she is not running a mill, and she will not help me with my making a thing quest. Hey, there's a monster. What kind of monster is that? Is that a reaper? Rotworms. Gross. Anyway, no desire to hang out with a bunch of rotworms in a swamp. I do want to find out if Dungeon Deceit is still here. I know where the Shrine of Honesty is in this vicinity. We're not going there yet because we don't have the rune. Because the mayor just gave it to his pal, despite being very clear that he did not trust his friend's paramour. I don't know that that was wise of the mayor to do. Okay. Is this the little island I'm looking at? Why am I trying to sail? This narrow-ass channel. Putting down a save in case this is actually the shrine. We don't necessarily want to fight a bunch of gargoyles right now. No. It's Dungeon Deceit. The dungeons are still active. I have no reason to believe... I have no reason to want to be in the dungeons. But it's just nice to know they're there. Okay. And, of course, this gives us a landmark to work from as we make our way towards the desert and other such locales. Now we're sailing up the coast of the island where the Shrine of Honesty doth lie. Yeah, I didn't seal them. Just left them open. I think the prior policy of sealing the dungeons was a really wise policy, and they should have continued it. It's like leaving an abandoned mine unsealed. You're literally just asking for a child to die in a horrible way. Okay, this should be the northeast tip of the main continent. Very near to the desert, if it's what I think it is. So let's hop off. Throw in a save and jaunt a little southwest. Alright, we don't have special desert tiles. It's just a mud desert now. Nonetheless, we found it. You hear something to the southwest? Is it our old friend Sinvral? I love that guy. He was extremely helpful dealing with Astaroth. There's a hole in the desert. It's a hole. Shimino says this is the ant mound. Okay. Well, I'm curious now. What horrors await us in the ant mound? Presumably, giant ants. And what do you know? Okay. I guess there's no real reason for us to be killing the ants, and yet they're not very tough. Oh heck. Let's kill our way in. See what happens. Oops, I broke off the combat. I'll do it myself. Take a break, team. Take 5. I, the Avatar, will slay this, whoops, fearsome giant ant. That isn't really super fearsome. Do you hear something, Shimino? Does it sound kind of like a giant ant? Okay. Well, cool. There's an ant mound. Are you mad about me going to your mound and just killing some of the workers that I found there? Because honestly, I see where you're coming from. I can't hold it against you. Alright, so there's an ant mound. Oh, yes. And on the map, I see where it is. And also, there's a shrine in the desert now. So, last time around, Sinvral lived in the southwestern area. And here he is. The demon Sinvral. Who, by the way, has a badass portrait. I feel like this is going to be important. I'm going to put Sinvral in Minok just because I think it's the Shrine of Sacrifice. And either way, the nearest town is Minok. So, I'll put him there. Sinvral. Whoops. Sorry, buddy. Didn't mean to leave the apostrophe out of your name. Okay. Buddy. Good afternoon, my lord. Alright, so, good afternoon, my lord. What seek you? What's your name again? Yeah, I knew that. What do you do? No job. He's free. And ain't it a beautiful thing? What do you like best about being free? Among my people, those who can fly rule. Though I have wings, I cannot fly, so I was a slave. Here I am free. Okay. Your people? So, I noticed that under your portrait it says gargoyle. You do look like a demon, and we used to call you a demon. But I've also read in a book that there might be some kind of thing going on there. So, what's up here? You're not a demon, though humans think so. And you kind of represented yourself that way to me, at least the last time we spoke. I'm not saying you're a liar. You're a gargoyle. Whew. All right, well, tell me of your people. You fled here to the underworld because I was not free among the gargoyles. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't think you do know much about the underworld because this is the overworld. Unless there's something here. Okay, so by the way, so when I ask you if you're free among your people, you can't fly. Can you? 2 kinds. Winged and wingless. Okay. Wingless ones are mute and unintelligent. They do all the manual labor. Okay. Winged ones are smart and do all the planning and the leading. Okay. Being able to fly is to them a sign of intelligence. Well, that's unfair. It's a sign of a particular physical ability. Even the temple can only be reached by air. Well, okay. I've been planning a ballooning trip. But hold on. Let's talk about intelligence first. Strange concept. It is. It's a very controversial concept. Not necessarily in RPGs, where it's a discrete stat that can be measured easily with a single number. But where I come from, it's a thing we fight about a lot. Yet as some in Minok tell you, flying can be achieved by anyone. Yeah, with balloons, right? You like the people in Minok? You know nothing of Minok? You at least know that some people in Minok know about flying and stuff. Just saying. Tell me more about this temple. Great Temple of Singularity held the Codex. Really now? Okay, hold on. I gotta start writing things down. I'm a gargoyle. Who cannot fly. The Great Temple of Singularity in the sky held the Codex. Oh, hey, Waffle Syrup, another thing that you missed earlier is that I went to the Isle of the Avatar, and on the Isle of the Avatar, I found the Shrine of the Codex, just like in Ultima 5, but this time the gargoyles wouldn't let me in because I'm not on a sacred quest yet. Apparently they don't consider my current series of fetch quests to be sacred enough. And fair enough, to be honest. It's the most holy gargoyle place. Any prophets there, false or otherwise? Human could learn much by traveling there. I bet. But you could never get to the temple. Oh, don't be so sure. I've been known to zoom about in a balloon. Not only is it deep below the surface, but it can only be reached by flying. Hold on. Cannot fly. You're really kind of messing with my mind with your characterization of what's over and under the world. Yeah. Also, the underworld's collapsed. Flying underground. But the underworld is supposedly collapsed, which is why we thought the gargoyles might be invading. But also, he called this the underworld. Alright. The plot thickens with these gargoyles. Alright. Well, I can't fly any more than you, Sinval, but what do you know about balloons? Nothing. Yeah. That's why you think I can't fly. Just you wait, pal. What about these ants? Okay, the ants are bad. They did seem aggressive. As a general matter, it's not that ants are bad, but they're pretty single-minded about expanding their own society. So if they were giant, I would feel threatened by them just because I'd either be food or enemy, right? Okay. Okay. What about demons? You know nothing of demons. You knew one of their... whatever. Those are two of my characteristics that often have led me to success. Pal. Alright. Cool. Thanks, Sinval. We're learning about these gargoyles. Here's something to the north. Yeah, there's an ant mound up there. I don't know... Has anyone talked to me about ants that I've written down? Boom. Giant ants. Oh yeah, it's just a... Mandrake talked about them. And that's it so far. Okay. Yeah, he's been retconned. Or maybe he just didn't want to... Oh no, we're getting close to the shrine by mistake. And it sounds like the ants might be actually trying to liberate the shrine. So maybe we actually share a common purpose right now. That ain't gonna save this particular ant, though. Oh, come on. For now, we'll just avoid shrines and ant mounds alike. Here's something to the north, too. Wouldn't be surprised, my friend, if it turned out what you're hearing is a giant ant. Here's a problem inherent to a strategy of just putting your ship somewhere with no particular landmark. Not even, I suppose what I could be doing is checking my sextant before I leave. And actually noting the coordinates at which I've stored my ship. Okay. Lots of stuff's going on. Only city we haven't visited is Jalome, and we're not getting to Jalome today. But we're going to head back to Minnock right now, before we wrap up, and see what Julia has to tell us about Balloon. And, for that matter, if we can grab a skiff without being accused of stealing. Oh yeah, and I can think of places where there are skiffs that we can take without being accused of stealing. I'd love to see if I can make it to the place where our old buddies, the Shadow Lords, used to hang out. Whatever their fortress was called. I've forgotten what it was called. Boom 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 boom. How will the dungeons come into play in this story? What about the ant mound? The ants guard? I guess ants, like, you know, they grab objects sometimes and they keep a garbage pile in their territories for things that they bring back that they realize aren't relevant. Maybe there's just something good just chilling in the giant ant garbage pile in their mound. Who knows? Now that I've got a partially developed sense of what the deal with the Moonstones is, perhaps I will try to start executing Moonstone travel, because, oh my, sea travel is awfully slow. Circumnavigating this continent. It takes time. And the whole team is very hungry. Is there a lumber mill just in Minnock? A responsible thing to do is to sail to the dock. So I'll do it. Bum 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 ba dum bum bum ba dum bum bum. Here we are. We're getting there. We had a torch burning for a long time there, left over from the ant mound. And here we are. We should make a clear mental note of which ship is ours. It is the rightmost ship that you can only get into from the grass. Because now it's night. We're not going to find Julia. Let's test this thing. Can we steal a skiff? Deed is required. Can't just steal a skiff. Go get that skiff at the thingy ding there. No. We'll do that next week. If there's a lumber mill over here, I'm going to be happy about that. do it. While... I can't do it while continually passing, because I gotta look at the codex here. The compendium. Okay. What do the runes mean? Please remind me. Okay, here we go. This is... Oh, the M looking one is just an M. So MU must fish are Mustfish Road. It's just the name of the street. Go figure. The street sign says the name of the street. It should be needlessly fancy. Go through the swamp. Why am I going through the swamp? It's because I believe that I did find a lumber mill, or evidence of a lumber mill. Shimino hears something. You know what? If we're gonna wander around in the dark, in unknown land, while Shimino keeps saying he hears stuff, probably can't hurt to save. Where's the map? Let me look at the map while I'm doing this. Getting very close to quitting time here, but... Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I believe we're in fact... Okay, so if I go north, we're a ways, should come to the land. And this land... The possible mill that I thought I saw should be back this way. Boy, it'd be great to have a person-sized spyglass we could use at times like this. Something to the west, buddy. What do you hear? What do you hear, Shammy? If we go in here... Okay. Excuse me, sir. Does he look like a lumberjack? He looks like a farmer, but that's just a fairly generic term in this game's context. We will shut his door since we are gonna ask him to do us a favor very early in the morning. Go down the Mustfish Road a bit, I guess. Can we rest? Sure can. 8 hours. To pray, stand guard. We don't eat. But we're tough. Virtue of sacrifice. Exactly. Harvesting trees. It's silviculture. Well, that's actually just the cultivation of trees. Okay, here we are. Good morning, sir. I got such a good feeling about the beautiful friendship that just could come here. Plump blonde man with curly blonde hair and a cheerful face. Yes. Accurate description of that portrait. Hello, hello, he says. What can I do for you this morning? Well, I mean, I got a log and I'd like to talk to you about this log, but first, sir, what's your name? Aaron. I certainly hope that your last name, sir, is Miller. Aaron? It's a pleasure to meet you. You didn't ask, but I'm James, the avatar of all virtue. I'm too humble to care that you didn't ask my name. What do you do? You run the sawmill. Is there anything I can do for you? As it happens. I got this fucking log. Hi, I see Jana has a U-log. He inspects the wood with a practiced eye. Good grain, yes. I can make a fine board out of this log. That's what I need. It'll cost thee 5 gold, Jana. Still interested? Oh, no, never mind. We'll just have to leave this quest incomplete. Britannia is doomed. I'm saving up for a PS5. Boom. Thank you. I know you don't know what the word thanks means. I was just being nice, Aaron. I really appreciate you. You've been a great help. Goodbye. I have nothing more to say to you. I may never come and speak to you again. Okay, let me review my quest. I think I just gotta go back to Julia. Which I also wanted to do to ask her about balloons. So here we go. Back to Minnock. Wait, which of these? Yeah, it's not the down road, it's the road this way. Here we are. Okay, let's find Julia. Sometimes she's here. Is this Julia? No, this is Isabella. Hey, Isabella. Take care. Wait, no, that was Jana. Does Julia live across the street or in this? She lives around here. Julia. None of these people are Julia. Do I know them all? Selganor, yeah. Not yet. Yeah, no. Where's Julia? Across the road, next door to Lady Isabella. Okay. Right. Up this way. Right? Why is her name not displayed? But yes. I am very confident, Julia, that we've spoken since I came back. Remind me your name? Alright. Julia is obviously, this is actually world building. She suffered some kind of head injury in the time since the Avatar was last here. And that's sad. But in many ways, she's still the same Julia we remember. You want to make me some pan pipes? The finest? Like a U-log? Perhaps refined into a board? Oh, you want to talk about fresh. The log wasn't that fresh. We did actually drag the log all around the world, including through a swamp and into an underground giant ant mound. But the board is fresh cut. Yes, I do. Please, make me the pipes. Thanks. Yeah, you're too modest, Julia. You deserve thanks for being very helpful. What do you know about balloons? Nothing. What do you know about flying? Nothing. What do you know about big baskets? Nothing. Someone in this town knows something about balloons. We've got the board. We have the pan pipes. We're going to have to play stones. Hey, buddy. Tell me about your song, Stones? No? Okay. Real good chance. Okay. Let's go talk. Actually, maybe Selganor. Hold on. Is this? It's just a dog. Doesn't want to talk. Thought maybe our traveling pals were in the area. Well, now that I think about it, the dog does not travel with, what's her name? Yes, I have. I haven't yet unpacked whatever contains the index cards. Hey, well, Saganor, bye-bye. Oh, Gweno! There it is. There it is. Very familiar. I'll just type that down. We'll finish this quest. 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 7, 8, 7, 6, 7, 6. Whoops, 6, 5, 3. Good stuff. Thanks, Gweno. Hey, Silganor. Are you ready, pal? I have a set of panpipes. And kind of seems like if you needed me to make these panpipes, I should also be learning to play them, but whatever. Whatever's easiest for you. 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 7, 8, 7, 6, 7, 6, 5, 3. Alright, he's welcoming me into the guild. I'm a full member of the Artisans Guild. Gives me the Rune of Sacrifice. Thanks, sir. Yeah, I did need it. And it would have just been great if you hadn't made... Forget it. At least I have some cool, a nice new set of panpipes now. Yeah. Somehow or other, I will do it, despite... with very little assistance from the Lord's Mayor. Wait, hold on. You know about this fucking balloon, man? Ah! I am looking for the man who invented the balloon. He flew to Sutek's castle. Okay, who's this Sutek? Lives on an island far to the south. An island east of Serpent's Hold. Let me take a look here. East of the Serpent's Hold? I mean, Blackthorn's castle is east of Serpent's Hold. Is that the place he's talking about? I don't know. The responsible thing to do is to stop. But I can't. Okay, let me note to myself. More news from Selganor. You know what? I'm giving Selganor too harsh a deal. This is extra. He's giving me lots of information. I have a cool set of panpipes. Maybe I'll look at my inventory because that's a really good question, British. What if they just dissolve when you finish the quest? I'll be furious. I was told this was the finest wood. It should not be disintegrating this quickly. Yeah, I knew the name was familiar, but it's also the name of the villain in an obscure Nintendo Entertainment System game called Nightshade. What am I doing? Selganor. Oh, no. Selganor. Of Serpent's Hold. And he knows. And he invented. Or he knows more about the balloon. Okay. We got irons in the fire, baby. Alright. I wish to do one last thing. Two last things. One is an off-screen thing. Okay. I gotta actually get down here. Bing. Go to my G drive. Open up the Warriors of Destiny sheet. And remind myself who Sutek is and where I know him from. No entries matching Sutek. Shrine the Moonstone is definitely a thing we gotta do. And I got a good feeling about putting 2 Moonstones both in places where they are surrounded by stones. I don't know where that place is here in Minnock. I got the panpipes, baby. Good to know. Good to know. All right. We're looking around here. Okay. Now, last thing I'm doing today, I'm getting back on my ship, not stealing someone else's. Then I'm going to go steal a skiff. No. We got money. Forget it. I'll just buy a skiff. Here from the shipwright. Locked. Here we go. Sir. Trebor. We have met. Can I buy a skiff from you? I'll take it. 20 gold? Yeah. There are no sails on your skiff, sir. And also, I will row my skiff in whatever kind of crazy pattern I want. I don't have to do what you say. Oh. Get in my skiff. Is it this one? It is. Okay. And now, free my cursor to get my map up. Final 2 acts. We are going as far south as we can go in this little bit of sea to see if we can find the old Shadow Lord Castle. Shadow Lord Fort. See what's going on there. Oh dear. It's not going to go well for us. I mean, it's actively not going well for us. We made it down here, but this was not a place that could only be reached by skiff, which means I actually need to go back up and further to the east if we're not all killed. Which we might be, and that'll... whatever. It's fine. What's going on here? Leave me alone, please, Mr. Serpent. I'm trying to figure something out. This is, okay. Okay. This was a bust, I think. I'm going to wind up back at the docks soon, without having found my way to some southern point. Oh, or am I? Don't have a clue where I am, which is fine. We're just going to load a save. I'm thinking that's where Dungeon Covetous is, and here will be Minnock again. Okay, so that was a bust. Yeah, there might be some other way in. I can see the keep is still on the map. So we'll deal with that later. Get out of our skiff. That's fine. And now, last order of business for the day. Dupre is a required quest pal, so we can't kick him out. Yet, at least, to get Elo's story with him. There you go. Okay. I actually like my save that I already made before I went and got blasted multiple times while defenseless in a skiff by a sea serpent. So we don't need to save again. We're wrapping up. Awesome. Okay. One of the quietest weeks on... There's got to be a way around it. We'll figure something out. Because obviously Elo's got some story, and we're gonna hear it in time. We're not gonna figure that out now. So I gotta shut this down. I gotta eat, all that kind of good stuff. So after a very quiet week at 58 Dream Street, I think we'll be a little noisier this coming week. I don't think me and Greg are gonna be ready for Thursday to do anything new. Although stay tuned because we're gonna do a show. There's nothing to do with professional wrestling. Maybe that'll appeal to anyone. The wrestling show does not. On Friday, I'm very optimistic that Friday Night Forgotten Circles will be back. And then next weekend, barring some disaster, we're getting back to Star Control 2, but also more Ultima 6. And we're inching ever closer to that time when I got a little more free time. Because I got a lot of ideas of things I like to stream here and there. And have not really had any time. Shouldn't even probably be doing this. But I need a little bit of fun and joy here and there, even at this very difficult time of the semester. Next time you see me, I'll be an entire year older, if that's how you think time works. Or possibly I'll just be a few days older. But my age on my stats will have gone up by 1. Still a young man though, right? 37, still young, right? So yeah, that's that. If you stuck around to the end, thank you for doing so. If you didn't, I'm glad you stopped by, even if you can't hear my voice. And until next time, at the moon gates, the moonstones are placed in just the right spot so we can travel between them and wind up in the same spot. Take care of yourselves and be kind to everyone you meet.